Live from Fox 5, welcome to the News Block.
Here are top stories on the News Block. New video in the case of a newborn baby girl found abandoned inside a Manhattan subway station. Police identify the person of interest they are now looking for. But first, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries speaking out about alleged death threats he's received. What we know about the suspect and his connection to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Antoine Lewis. Thanks for joining us for the News Block. That suspect is now charged with a felony count of making a terroristic threat. Fox 5's Arthur Chien is live in the newsroom with the very latest on this breaking story. Hi, Arthur.
Hi, Antoine. This man who's been arrested for threatening to kill Congressman and Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries was convicted of storming the Capitol on January 6th, then had that conviction erased by President Donald Trump. Now, this is Christopher Moynihan pictured here, and we have these images of him because he was part of the mob that attacked the Capitol on January 6th in 2021. Now, the 34-year-old was sentenced to 21 months in prison after being convicted in federal court on a felony. Moynihan also pleaded guilty separately from that to a series of misdemeanors connected to the riot. Now, President Trump pardoned him in January of this year, along with nearly 1,600 others who had been charged for their roles in the insurrection. He was arrested over this past weekend after sending a text message on Friday saying he would target Jeffries, a Democrat, at a scheduled appearance in the city that took place yesterday. Moynihan, who lives in Clinton, New York, texted, and we quote here, I cannot allow this terrorist to live, going on to say Jeffries must be eliminated, and that, again, quote, I will kill him for the future. When the January 6 rioters were granted clemency, many experts then expressed concerns it would fuel political violence in our country, and Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries himself reacting this afternoon, echoing that the rioters should never have been granted clemency, and not just because of his own well-being, but because of the well-being of everyone.
There are consequences when these extremists who are part of the Trump administration label the entirety of the Democratic Party as terrorists or criminals. There are consequences to that beyond us. We all know what we've signed up for, but there's pain being visited upon the American people because of actions taken by Donald Trump, supported by House Republicans and Senate Republicans on day one of his presidency.
Now, Moynihan was flagged by the FBI. New York State Police were contacted. At this point, there is a temporary extreme risk protection order that's just been issued that we've just received. And it's worth noting that Moynihan will be in court in Dutchess County on Thursday. Antoine?
Arthur, thank you so much for that. More than 24 hours have passed since a baby girl was found on the subway steps at Penn Station, and police sources say no one has come forward to claim her. No mother, no father, no relatives. The NYPD releasing photos of the woman they say brought the baby to the subway station. Investigators tell us she entered the station on the southbound 1 train platform, then left the baby on a step close to a wall. Fox 5 News obtained this photo where you can see the crumpled bedding and a baby's arm sticking out. Police tell us the umbilical cord was attached and was not clamped. Police rushed the baby to Bellevue, where she remains alert and conscious. The NYPD is asking if anyone recognizes the woman in those images. Call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. A man is dead this afternoon after a police-involved shooting in Jersey City. This happened around 1 o'clock this morning near Bergen Avenue. Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop says a street crimes unit spotted the man acting suspiciously. He supposedly looked like he had a weapon underneath his clothing. Fulop said when officers approached the suspect, he began shooting at them. The officers returned fire, striking the man, who was later pronounced dead. An appeals court in Philadelphia heard arguments in the Mahmoud Khalil deportation case. He's the pro-Palestinian activist and Columbia graduate student fighting a deportation case brought by the Trump administration. Khalil's attorneys asked the judge to uphold a lower court ruling that ordered his release on bail and found the administration's attempts to deport him on foreign policy grounds is unconstitutional. An attorney for the government countered that a lower court judge overstepped his authority by ordering Khalil's release from a Louisiana detention center in June, and that the case should be left to an immigration judge in that state. Today in Newark, pretrial arguments were heard in the federal case against Congresswoman LaMonica McIver. Demonstrators rallied in support of McIver outside the federal courthouse this morning. The DOJ has charged McIver with 3 felony counts of assaulting a federal officer when she visited the Delaney Hall ICE Detention Center in Newark back in May. McIver has pleaded not guilty, and her attorney has called the prosecution political. Developing this afternoon, one of two unions representing Broadway performers is threatening to strike if they can't reach a new labor agreement by Thursday. Local 802, the union representing Broadway musicians, says it will go into mediation tomorrow if there is not a contract by Thursday morning. They say they will begin striking immediately. They're pushing for higher pay, better health coverage, and protection for extra work outside the pit. The union representing actors reached a tentative deal with the Broadway League over the weekend. Mayor Adams unveiling a new plan to improve quality of life in the Jewel Streets neighborhood of Brooklyn and Queens. So the 12th block neighborhood straddles East New York, Brooklyn, and Lindenwood, Queens. The city will deliver new drainage systems to alleviate flooding. There will also be traffic safety improvements to protect pedestrians and bikers. The city plans to transform 17 acres of city-owned land into 1,400 new homes and pursue an area-wide rezoning proposal that will unlock another 3,600 homes as well.
Today, we are unveiling the plan, a forward-thinking mix of short-term solutions and long-term initiatives that will transform Jewel Streets into a thriving community with proper sewage, safer streets, more affordable housing, and improved quality of life.
Altogether, the city will invest over $146 million to upgrade the neighborhood streets as well as infrastructure. 4:06 on your Tuesday afternoon, taking a look outside. It was a stunning day, one of those days where I saw sun, meteorologist Audrey Pointe. I thought it was a very nice day to be coming into work today.
It was. A lot of folks saw that sunshine today. We are experiencing really nice weather across the area. Hope you got out and enjoyed it, because today is likely the mildest day of the week here. Clouds and showers will be arriving as we go into tonight, and it will be quite windy as we move along through the next couple of days. Cooler temperatures will also return to the tri-state area, and it's going to feel very chilly by the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. We have a new tropical storm named Melissa out in the Caribbean. We'll talk more about that coming up in the next half hour. Right now we're at 65 degrees in Central Park with plenty of sunshine. Also sunny skies at LaGuardia with a temperature of 66. We're now close to 70 over towards Atlantic City, and we hit 70 across interior New Jersey just a short time ago. Satellite and radar is showing that we're dry right now, but you can see edging its way into the screen here. We do have a couple of showers rolling through portions of central Pennsylvania and into central New York. They are moving their way eastward, and I think the Hudson Valley will get some rain showers first, and then everyone else will get into the action probably after about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. So if you're heading out this evening, you want to have your umbrella handy. Here's a look at the futurecast. You can see rounds of rain coming through this evening. We could have some steady to moderate rainfall at times, just sporadically here, and it looks like the rain will move offshore by early tomorrow morning, and we'll be left with a mixed sky by the time we get to the afternoon on Wednesday. So for the rest of the evening, plan for increasing clouds. Temperatures mostly in the 60s will drop into the 50s by tomorrow morning in the city, and we'll have some rain showers coming in overnight. I'll talk more about that cooler weather that's headed our way coming up. Antoine?
All right, Audrey, thank you.